stand by for a very important announcement. Germany has invaded Poland and has bombed many towns.
O godzinie 5 minut 40 oddziały niemieckie przekroczyły granicę polską. Planem de facto nie agresji.
Erstmals auf unserem eigenen Territorium auch mit der regulären Soldaten geschossen.
It is very clear that no war in human history was more destructive than the Second World War. Around 70 million people died, and the cruel actions done by all sides changed history forever. Even more than 8 decades after it ended, this war still shows its scars, both seen and unseen, around the world. Today, the effects of this war still continue through amazing discoveries that have revealed forgotten stories, hidden crimes, and personal tragedies. From mass graves found in far places to the remains of soldiers uncovered where deadly battles once happened. These discoveries of the 21st century, known as the last remains of a dark time, help us keep learning and understanding more about this period. Today, I invite you to join me as we explore 7 of the most disturbing recent discoveries related to World War II. Each one, of course, shown with a personal and tragic side that reflects the size of the crimes and human loss. Number 7. Human remains found in the Wolf's Lair. In February 2024, a team of amateur archaeologists and historians from the Lair Foundation made a shocking find at the Wolf's Lair, one of Adolf Hitler's main wartime bases. Under the floor of Hermann Göring's residence, inside the first security zone, they uncovered 5 human skeletons missing their hands and feet. This discovery, reported by major outlets like The Guardian, National Geographic, and Reuters, raised serious questions about who these people were and how they died. The Wolf's Lair, built in 1941 in what was then East Prussia, was a key command center where Hitler and his generals planned major operations on the Eastern Front. It was also the place where the famous assassination attempt on the 20th of July, 1944 took place. The remains were found in what looked like an old bathroom beneath Göring's house, just a few centimeters under the floor during a dig approved by Polish authorities. The skeletons belonged to 3 adults, 1 teenager and 1 baby. All were placed in the same direction, with no clothes or personal items to identify them. Experts say the missing hands and feet could be due to natural decay or possible mutilation. Polish officials, along with forensic experts, started tests to find out their age, sex, and how they died. Some reports suggest the remains could be from before the war, but it is also possible they are linked to prisoners of war, forced workers, or victims of German occupation. With almost no records, identification is very difficult. Number 6. The pilot found in ice after 63 years. In October 2005, the frozen body of aviation cadet Leo Arvid Mustonen was discovered, ending a mystery that lasted 63 years. He was a Finnish-American soldier who died on the 18th of November 1942 during a training flight. He was only 22 years old and had joined the Army in his final year of high school. Mustonen trained at Mather Air Force Base in California. On the day of the crash, he was on a Beechcraft at 7 Navigator with 3 others. During a routine flight, the plane crashed into Mount Mendel in Kings Canyon National Park, likely due to a storm and poor visibility. Search teams failed to find the crash site at first. In 1947, a hiker found parts of the wreckage and remains of 1 crew member, but the others were missing. Then in 2005, climbers saw a head and arms sticking out of the ice, along with a World War II uniform and an unopened parachute. The body was taken to a military lab in Hawaii, where DNA tests confirmed it was Mustonen. His injuries showed he died instantly. He was buried with military honors in 2006. Later, another crew member was found and identified. 1 pilot, however, has never been found. Number 5. The forgotten victims of Okinawa. For more than 20 years, a Japanese volunteer named Takamatsu Gushiken has been recovering human remains from caves in Idaman, Okinawa. His work is linked to the Battle of Okinawa, one of the deadliest battles of World War II. The battle, fought between April and June 1945, caused over 100,000 deaths, including soldiers and civilians. Many people hid in caves, which later collapsed during bombing, turning them into mass graves. Gushiken started his mission in 2003 to give victims a proper burial. He has recorded every find carefully. Despite recovering more than 1,400 remains, only 6 have been identified because of damaged bones and missing family records. Most of the remains belong to civilians, including women and children. This shows how badly the local population suffered. Even at 71, Gushiken continues his work. Knowing each set of remains tells a human story. Number 4. A mass grave found in Volgograd.
Война не окончена, пока не похоронен последний солдат. И спустя 71 год на Сталинградской земле под землей строители обнаруживают не только не разорвавшиеся бомбы, но и целые братские могилы.
In September 2018, workers installing a water pipe in Volgograd, formerly Stalingrad, made a shocking discovery. What seemed like a simple grave turned out to be a massive pit filled with bodies. The site measured about 130 meters long and contained the remains of 1,837 German soldiers from the winter of 1942 to 1943, when their army was surrounded by Soviet forces. Experts found that many died from hunger, cold, and injuries, not direct combat. Some identification tags and personal items were recovered. After study, the remains were buried in 2019 at a German war cemetery, allowing families to finally find closure after decades. Number 3. Mass grave in Poland's Valley of Death. In August 2021, Polish archaeologists discovered a mass grave with around 500 bodies in northern Poland. This was linked to Nazi mass killings in 1939, known as the Pomeranian Crime. German forces targeted intellectuals, priests, and Jews, executing them in forests and hiding the evidence. Many records were destroyed, making it hard to know the exact number of victims. The remains showed bullet wounds and included personal items like crosses and medals. More discoveries later increased the number of bodies to over 700. In 2024, they were finally given a proper burial, though many still remain unidentified. Number 2. The pilot buried with his plane. In March 2017, a 14-year-old boy in Denmark discovered a buried Messerschmitt Bf 109 fighter plane while using a metal detector. Inside the wreckage were the remains of the pilot. The pilot was identified as Hans Wunderlich, who died in 1944 at age 19. His documents, diary, and watch helped confirm his identity. The damp soil preserved both the plane and the body in good condition. After examination, he was buried in a German military cemetery. The discovery was remarkable because of how well everything was preserved after more than 70 years. Number 1. Anthrax found at a Unit 731 site. In 2024, Chinese scientists found traces of Bacillus anthracis, the bacteria that causes anthrax, at a former Unit 731 test site in China. This gave new proof of biological experiments done during World War II. Unit 731 was a secret Japanese program led by Shiro Ishii. It carried out experiments on prisoners, infecting them with deadly diseases like plague and cholera. Thousands died, often in extremely cruel ways. Soil tests at the site showed the same bacteria used in those experiments. Testimonies from the past also described how anthrax weapons were tested on humans. This discovery confirms the scale of these crimes and has renewed calls for justice. It also serves as a reminder of the dangers of biological warfare and its lasting effects on history.